On the morning of June 12, 2026, the Nasdaq Stock Exchange opened to an event that pushed a single person's net worth past the $1 trillion mark. This timeline visualizes the sheer math of that number. If you spend $1 million every single day, it would take you more than 2,700 years to run out of $1 trillion. When we hear a number that large, our brains naturally picture a vault stuffed with an infinite supply of physical cash. But this chart shows the reality of that wealth. Only about 0.1% of it is actual liquid cash. The other 99.9% is locked entirely in company shares. He can't simply sell those shares to access the money. If a billionaire floods the market with that much stock all at once, investors panic. They assume the company is failing, everyone else withdraws their money, and the value of those shares completely crashes. Because cashing out destroys the value of the asset, that $1 trillion net worth is essentially an illusion on a screen, which leaves us with a very practical question. How do these billionaires actually buy real things? Before they can extract any cash, those shares have to reach astronomical valuations in the first place. This split-screen chart compares SpaceX's real-world financial performance against its stock price. On one side, the company is losing billions of dollars in yearly operations. On the other, its paper valuation skyrockets to $2.2 trillion. Economists call this the castles in the air theory. Investors aren't valuing the company based on actual revenue or profit. They're buying into a psychological projection of the future. They pitch highly ambitious sci-fi concepts like colonizing Mars in 10 years, self-driving robotaxis, or hyperloop pods that travel 600 miles per hour. Most of these remain concepts that never materialize. But the market buys in anyway. It functions as a financial cult, where the personality attached to the product drives the stock price higher, completely detached from the company's physical outputs. Billions in paper wealth are manufactured entirely out of psychological hype. The trick for the billionaire is finding a way to extract that imaginary value to spend in the real world before the bubble pops. The extraction process starts with a very public PR move, refusing to take a traditional salary. Without a salary, there is no income tax to pay. Instead, they hold on to their shares. As long as those shares sit untouched in a brokerage account, their skyrocketing value goes completely untaxed by the government. This flowchart maps exactly how they get their money. They mortgage highly inflated shares to banks as collateral, and in return, banks hand them massive cash loans. Because borrowed money is not legally classified as income, the IRS cannot touch it. It's entirely tax-free spending power. When Elon Musk needed the cash to buy Twitter, he didn't sell his stock and pay taxes. He mortgaged $62.5 billion in Tesla shares to secure a $12.5 billion tax-free cash loan. This strategy, known as buy, borrow, die, successfully alchemizes imaginary paper wealth into massive untaxed purchasing power in the real world. A leveraged house of cards on this scale survives only through direct structural protection from the government. Massive campaign donations and political lobbying eventually yield specific regulatory favors, allowing billionaires to pressure organizations like the Securities and Exchange Commission to rewrite their own rules. We saw this play out with SpaceX's IPO. By demanding a new fast entry rule, they bypassed the usual waiting periods designed to vet companies. Millions of Americans had their retirement and pension funds automatically invested to prop up the billionaire's stock value, whether they wanted to take on that risk or not. These extreme paper valuations rely on a continuous cycle of federal rule changes and the dismissal of legal investigations to avoid a total market correction. The cycle closes with the die phase. Under U.S. tax laws, when a billionaire passes away, their inflated paper wealth is handed down to their children completely free of capital gains tax. The heirs then sell off a tiny fraction of that newly inherited untaxed stock to pay back the original bank loans, securing the rest of the fortune across generations. This bar chart emphasizes the systemic inequality of the loophole. An average working-class taxpayer loses 20 to 30% of their income to taxes, while Elon Musk paid an effective tax rate of just 3.2% over a 4-year period of massive wealth growth. This $1 trillion milestone represents a tax-free cycle of debt and unfulfilled promises, sustained by a regulatory system that shifts the financial burden onto the everyday taxpayer.